Yeah, that's it.
It's the song.
Yeah, good evening, JJ. We're about 4 minutes
James,
late to our show today, so I do want to apologize to everyone.
No, James. Hello, James.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Nope. I can't hear James. We're being attacked by dolphins today, my friends.
Check.
This is really weird. Hold on. Try again.
How about now?
Woohoo!
James McQuiggan is with us. Dance moves.
I know dance moves, right?
Well, we got to dance on a Thursday morning. It's almost Friday.
I know.
It's almost Friday.
It's been a mad week. And what a week it's been in cyber. There's always so much going on. It is amazing. And just so all of our folks know, all of our listeners, all of our supporters, we are also streaming live on Clubhouse tonight. So please check us out there. And I believe we're live in cyberspace on LinkedIn. Is that right? And YouTube?
LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, you name it.
Pachabuca. Excellent. And anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Our usual process, 30 minutes of topic, which is a bloody good one tonight. And then we'll shoof off over to Clubhouse and answer all your questions and have a chat and a discussion about the very interesting topic of why Nigerian Prince scams still work. Yes, they still work. Baffled, James, baffled.
It's mind-baffling, right? Like when you realize that there's still people in Nigeria that are part of the Nigerian scams.
I know. And there's all these princes everywhere looking for princesses. I got a request on Instagram during the week and it's the telltale sign. It's someone who looks Nigerian, and the question was, "Hello, beautiful." That's it. And there's no photos. It's my cybersecurity unicorn Instagram. So it's not even a picture of me. And I think, really? Do people still fall for this? And yes, they do. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, my friends.
Yeah, so I didn't know that when you told me the topic, because we were trying to find out what we're going to talk about today. For those kind of watching and listening, good morning. Thank you for tuning in and all that good stuff. And I was like, why do Nigerian Prince scams still work? And then that goes to the evolution of the thought process of the human side, because that's what the other side of cyber is all about. It's about the human side of it, right? That the part that, very few people, a lot of people look at. I know that KnowBe4 where you work really does look at that extensively.
Yep.
But we still fall for Nigerian scams. So when people say, how do we stop ransomware? I'm like, well, we still have people who think that a Nigerian prince needs them to get $50 million out.
Exactly. And did you know, where is this? Because, of course, got to do our research. I had a look at where they came from, like the history of them. And this was back in the 1700s with pirates in jail. I'm not joking. People who were pirates sending notes to people to tell them they're in jail and there's treasure, send some money so they can bribe the guards to let them out, and they'd give them some of the treasure. This happened. This has been happening forever. This is your traditional con. And can I just say hello to Johan and John, who are with us in the Clubhouse room. We absolutely welcome you here, my friends. And in about 30-ish minutes, we'll be able to bring you up on stage over there and have an awesome discussion. So can you believe it? This was a pirates. This beginning happened with pirates, James, not princes, pirates. To be sure. That's Irish. That's not pirates.
Pirates,
it's late.
Yeah.
It's the black dot stuff.
Like ask a little kid what a pirate does, and that's how you get the best impression. They're like, "Arr, matey."
Right. And even in Australia, I had a quick look, and in 2020, under the dating and romance scams list through ScamWatch, really great resource for anybody wanting to have a look around the world, not just here in Australia. Nearly $40 million was reported lost in the year 2020 with romance scams. Now, only 3,708 reports totaling that money. Now, to me, that is very, very low. And I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, James, controversial comment maybe, I don't believe everybody actually reports romance scam losses because of the ego, the embarrassment of being defrauded with matters of the heart. So what do you think?
Breakups are hard, right? So let's talk about that for a second. Human beings have egos. We have feelings, emotions, pride, right? Like the fall of Satan, if we go all biblical, was pride, right? He thought he was the most beautiful of all angels, right? So people have a hard time admitting it. The other part is people understand that once they fall for it, especially elderly people, right?
Yes.
It's prideful. It's I no longer have agency. It almost like you lose your own agency, and the psychological damage there is immense, right? It's really significant. They don't tell anyone. They don't understand that we can help them.
No.
And that to me is very very, very interesting. JJ, I'll bring this up. Here you go.
Yep. So this is the graph, depending on where you are. It's a graph over here in Australia of the scam statistics. So excellent viewing for people in Clubhouse, but don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. And for our podcast listeners, I'll tell you all about it. This shows us the months of the year which tend to be more popular, let's say, when it comes to romance scams being reported. And we see here in 2020 for Australia, February was a really big month. Guess what? Valentine's Day, folks. Just saying. Now I'm going to go back to 2021, which of course we haven't had the full year of yet, but we can see that February was also big, but January was massive. So nearly $6 million reported lost in Australia, reported, not actual, just reported through ScamWatch for financial loss for dating and romance. So that is extraordinary. And, who cares really? March, April, it's coming down. But, that's still $2 million. Graphs are always interesting when you have a look at the numbers, not so much the bars and where they are at. But are you shocked by those numbers for Australia,
I think those numbers are really low. Australians have been targeted a lot by different scams, right? Watching, 60 Minutes in Australia, I remember, because that's the only 60 Minutes I watch. People who listen to the show know I love, some of the Australian media.
Yep. You're an honorary Australian, James.
I am an honorary Australian, but 60 Minutes Australia, I think, is the only still like 60 Minutes that actually does investigative reporting and not a narrative report globally, right? So, I've seen them go into call centers in India and Pakistan where people were defrauding, Australians out of their pension money, out of their retirement money, all kinds of different scams. I mean, in the US, we have IRS scams, but in Australia, you guys also have IRS scams, and you guys have, government scams and people pretending to be all kinds of stuff. And so it kind of brings us to, why does this still happen?
Well, I have a thought. What do you think, James? Why does this?
I'd love to hear your thought first, JJ.
Okay. But
by the way, everyone, JJ has a learning lab tomorrow at RSA. So you guys should definitely go check it.
Yes, I do. I'll be, thank you, James. I'm doing an awesome learning lab, 4:30 a.m. my time. I believe it's 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. So if you are going to RSA and you can, come along. Love to see you. Why does this happen? This happens because we're human. I'm going to go straight to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let me actually see if I can find that really quickly.
Go. I'll bring it up. Don't worry about it.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs shows those basic needs that we require as humans. And this is the motivation behind everything we do. Even from sales and marketing, advertising gurus have been using this methodology when it comes to selling us stuff, luring us in, understanding that when we see the 2-for-1, when we see a sale, where we see that last one, whatever it is, even phishing emails, everything to do with the social engineering that we see in cybersecurity, manipulation, con artists, it all comes down to our needs as humans. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs in there is love. We need love. And whether we are by ourselves and we're feeling lonely, or whether we are in a relationship and we're not happy, whatever it might be. And there we are up on the screen, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the bottom, it's a triangle. So at the biggest part of the bottom is the psychological areas. So breathing, food, water, sex, sleep. I never get that right. Homeostasis, that word.
Homeostasis.
See, no one can get it. We need to learn our words better.
Freaking Maslow. I should punch in the face for that word.
Safety is security of body, of employment, resources, morality, the family, health or property. Love, belonging, so family, friendship, sexual intimacy, esteem, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, respect by others. And at the top, that's self-actualization of morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, and acceptance of facts. All of these things are what we need to survive as humans. And we can, quite frankly, link everything in cybersecurity, from the manipulation of social engineering and trickery to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That is why Nigerian Prince Scams still work. Even if you were to ask 100 people, would you fall for a Nigerian Prince scam? They will say, no, of course not. However, hey, going Brian, nice to see you. It doesn't make any difference, because if they say the right thing at the right time and you're in a vulnerable spot, you will fall for it, because you're a human and you're trusting. And there you go, off my soapbox, James.
First of all, I love what you just said. And I like how you brought in the Maslow hierarchy of human needs. I think a lot of times people almost leave it out of everything they try to do.
You can't. You just can't. It always links back to it, no matter what it is. Motivation, why we do things. People, like, here's an example, salespeople. Everyone, well, in my experience, I've been in sales. I've seen people in sales, people being managed in sales. And a lot of managers think that, okay, well, let's just motivate them by money. No, money is the result of what they do. They're not motivated by money. They're motivated by prestige. They're motivated by where they live. They're motivated by how they can put their kids through school. So it's not about money. It's what it gives you. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There you go.
Well, so it's never only about money, right? It's never only about one thing or the other. It's about a lot of different things, right? To me, what's been very, very fascinating is when I see why these still work. I like your human approach. It also goes to the idea that you can never stop humans from believing that money is easy.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you see a Nigerian prince, the beauty of the Nigerian prince scam and a lot of these scams, dating and romance scams, is they play off of 2 or 3 different things. One, you're going to get rich quick. There's low risk to very little risk, and it's going to be easy money for you. And a lot of people go, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And that's because, this is kind of like my battle of awareness versus culture and security, that kind of discussion that we have there. I think it's very, very interesting. It's definitely something that requires a lot more. I want to say it's definitely something that requires a lot more attention, and it's very hard to stop it, because globally the Nigerian prince scams are originally just to the U.S. Yep. And then they got so much bad coverage in the U.S. that now the Nigerian prince scams, while they still work here, not in the same volume, right? And now it's something different. I mean, there used to be scams where someone would mail you $1.
Yes.
And someone would write letters like, please give me $1. And people would mail this person $1. And if he got it from 1 million people, he became a millionaire.
Exactly. And, I've got an example up here, which I'll share now, James. I'd love to read it out to everybody. There's a whole lot of examples. And, I hope, actually, I'll see if I can make it a bit bigger. Dun, dun. All right. So here it goes. And to everyone in Clubhouse, I know it might be a bit weird to have James and my voice coming through the same image. It's okay, we're both here. All right, so greetings to you, my friend. I know this will come to you as a surprise because you do not know me. Excellent. I am John Allison. I work in Central Bank of Nigeria, packaging and courier department. I got your contact, among others, from a search on the internet, and I was inspired to seek your cooperation. I want you to help me clear this consignment that is already in the Europe. I don't know what that means, which I shipped through our CBN accredited courier agent. The content of the package is $20 million, all in $100 bills. But the courier company does not know that the consignment contains money. All I want you to do for now is to give me your mailing address, your private phone and fax number, and I believe that at the end of the day, you will have 50% and 50% will be for me. How generous. My identity must not be revealed to anybody. If this arrangement is okay by you, you can call blah, 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 email john_allison444@yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com.
Completely legitimate. Now, this is the complete finance. This isn't the hello, beautiful, I've fallen in love with you. This is the financial element of the Nigerian scam. I just love it. I think it's just, I reckon this would still be doing the rounds today and people would fall for it. James, what do you think?
Yeah, this still makes the round. People still fall for it. I have a ton of these in my my very, we all have one very, very old email, right? Like everyone's got this email that they've had for like 20 years.
Yep.
Right. So I have an email that I've had for 20 years. The email that I've had for 20 years still gets the Nigerian Prince stuff in it. So every once in a while, if I'm bored, which is not very often, but every once in a while, if I'm, just wanting to decompress and have a good time, I'll reply.
Exactly. And look, sometimes they can be worthwhile.
And we do we do a funny exchange, right? They'll be like, and I was like, really? I get to hold all the 20 million?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go, yeah.
It's all good.
But the thing about this is these still work because traditional human beings still have a tendency to want to believe this stuff. Yep. We are almost unaware of it.
We are. We walk through life with a very trusting nature, with a wanting to believe things, with a wanting to have more, do more, be more. And most people, I don't believe that people who would fall for that are actually being greedy. I think there would be those that are after the money. There'd also be those that actually want to help. That one's very much money, but some of the ones about being in prison and people who are really struggling and putting forward that fake story to feel sorry for them, the people that respond to that genuinely care and actually believe it to be true. So I think that's appalling to take advantage of anybody. If you fall for it because you're greedy, you still are a victim, and you should know better. However, there's not much difference where it's greed or whether it's loneliness or wanting to help. It's still a human response. So it's not one's worse than the other. They're all the same. It's just what motivates people to do these things.
Yeah.
If I can find a romance one to read out.
So you bring me into a wonderful kind of takeaway from all of this thing, which is, traditionally, why do these scams still work to me is the reason why ransomware still works, and the reason why phishing still works, and the reason why everything else. And I think if cybersecurity professionals just took that in for just a minute, right, and just said,
yep.
People still fall for the Nigerian Prince scam. So do I really need to get all sophisticated, or should I go simple? Should I go basic? Should I just make people aware of what's happening? And that's one of the things I think for a lot of security professionals. I mean, I as a CISO, I want to train my team not only on cyber fraud that affects my organization, but also their personal lives, because I know I add value to them that way. They want to buy into security more. But if you look at the human element of this thing, it's unbelievable that the 2021, there's been, I don't know how many news stories, local, national, and international, around the Nigerian Prince scams, and they still work.
I know. And the thing is, look, I've just found one here. I'll read it out. This is
you want me to put it up on the screen?
Yeah, sure. This is to a male. So this is a female, apparently. That's another thing. The dating sites, we'll talk about that in a minute as well. Hi, my names are Linda Lawrence from Houston, Texas, US. You are handsome. I found you attractive on your pictures in Facebook and you seem like someone I would love to meet. I am single, searching for a serious relationship or more. My friends call me Miss Lonely. I decided to send you a message directly to your email box to see if we can start conversation and see what the future holds for us. I am nice.
Never met a Texans. Texans don't talk like that, people.
Come on now, of course they do. I am nice, caring, I should have put the accent on, down-to-earth, loyal, sincere, and good-hearted woman with so much love and tender care I wish to give the right man. I hope you will be the one. I sent you my picture here. See my picture below and reply to enable me send more of my pictures and introduce myself to you properly. Now, complete legitimate here, like, you know, seems completely legitimate. This is the stuff going around. And something else, it's happening in LinkedIn. There's a big uproar at the moment in my contacts in LinkedIn. They're contacting me saying, JJ, I keep getting these romance scams through LinkedIn. It's like, really? They've crossed the line. They've come over to LinkedIn now. So there you go. It's not even about grammar. You fall for that.
No territory remains unscathed by these criminals.
Nope. And that, you know, there's a script. I couldn't find it. I've put it somewhere safe, and of course I can't find it. I've filed it somewhere. There is actually a script that the people in the organizations, because this is organized crime, folks. This isn't just one guy doing it. Of course, there would be some of those, but these are organized criminals. There could be 30 gentlemen and women in a I suppose like a telemarketer workspace, with pictures up and profiles of the people they're talking to, and a script, an actual script they use. It's tried, it's true, of how they go about and where they know to let someone go who isn't really falling for it. So I find that amazing. It's like a telemarketing, but for romance scams. Extraordinary.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's very tragic, almost, in a way, to me. Yeah. People still do that. You know,
I don't think it's going anywhere either.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of time for our live session. We're going to move to Clubhouse. If you don't have a Clubhouse invite, or you're not on Clubhouse, let us know. You know, connect with me on LinkedIn or with JJ on LinkedIn, and we'll send you an invite. We do have to get your phone number, and then we will add you to the.
There's a new thing. We don't have to now. We can send an invite directly from the other side of Cyber Club. Ba-ba. So just let me know. Right. I know, right?
You are the Clubhouse queen.
I'm trying.
I am forever grateful. So for those that are with us here live, we are moving this discussion to Clubhouse, where it's more open forum and people can come on stage and we can continue this conversation. For those watching us, thank you so much for watching today. Sorry we started a few minutes later than what we had scheduled. As you can tell, I have one eye that's a little bit redder than the other. It's been one of those mornings. So I do want to apologize. It's been I'm trying to get myself ready for different my body traveling to a different part of the world where hours are going to be completely different. So
we forgive you, James.
I am training myself. So
and we're going to play some music just while we transition over. And we thank everyone for joining us. Please subscribe. All of our Clubhouse people will be right there talking to you. Everyone else listening to the podcast, yay. Thank you again. Watching us on YouTube, watching and listening on LinkedIn. We appreciate you all. So please subscribe, follow, all that awesome stuff. And I'll play some music and we'll see you on the other side of cyber in Clubhouse. That made sense.